Happy Nutcracking. Hey, it's Frank Murphy here for Mountain Fun Life, and I'm in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, and we are at the Oak Ridge High School Performing Arts Center, and I'm in costume for my part in the Nutcracker. This is my 10th Nutcracker, and here the ladies are rehearsing. We're going to go inside the curtain. Let's go this way. As we step inside, you can see that the dancers are stretching and doing exercises. They're closing the curtain because that means that we're getting close to showtime. There's two shows today, 2 o'clock this afternoon, and then one at 7:30 tonight. I hope maybe you'll join us in Oak Ridge. We're going to have the UT Chamber Orchestra providing live music, and also we're going to have fantastic professional dancers from the Georgia Ballet performing the part of the Sugar Plum Fairy and Cavalier. Also, you can see Courtney here, who, she was there teaching the warming up the dancers. She's the Snow Queen, and Murillo Barbosa from Georgia Ballet is her Cavalier. So let's take a look at the props a little bit, because they're getting ready. You see, that's the cannon that fires during the battle scene. So the battle scene is the second thing you see in the Nutcracker. I'm in the first scene, the party scene, and I don't want to give away exactly what I do, but I'm dressed, as you may be able to see, I'm dressed as a cartoon version of George Washington, or something along those lines. But anyhow, let's head in here. And there's a few important pieces when you're putting on a production of the Nutcracker. Obviously, first of all, you have to have a Nutcracker. So the male dancer who does the part of the Nutcracker Prince wears that on his head until the point where he's transformed into a human, and then he takes it off. You don't see that happen. That's magic. And then over here, speaking of magic, is Drosselmeyer's magic book and magic wand right here. I have a cane. I should have a cane over here somewhere that I use as a. There it is. This is my cane. I play the grandfather, so of course the grandfather has to have a cane. And then Fritz steals it from me, that little rat. This is the magic key that winds up the dolls who will dance in Act 1. And then over here we got the baby dolls that the young girls will use. We've got horses and swords and things for the battle scene, I think. That's all. The second part of Act 1. And then, actually, one of my absolute favorite scenes is the snow scene. So in here, they probably have somewhere, well no, this is all costumes. It's probably on the other side. But if you see over here, that's Courtney, and she's, hi Courtney.
Hi.
She's going to be our Snow Queen, right?
Yes, Snow Queen and Dewdrop.
Snow Queen and Dewdrop in the afternoon show. And then what's about tonight?
Tonight I'm only Snow Queen, and Lydia Furley is Dewdrop.
And tomorrow?
And tomorrow I am Snow Queen and Dewdrop again.
Snow Queen and Dewdrop tomorrow. So if you come tomorrow to the 2 o'clock show, you'll see Courtney in 2 roles. That's normal to have, because we do 3 productions, they all swap out in different roles. You know, they might be Spanish, or they might be Clara, for example, will be in the snow, will be Clara, and then when she's not Clara, in the other shows, she'll be in the snow scene, for example. Well, anyway, I'm looking for, there's somewhere around here, there's a giant vat that will contain dry ice. And they will blow fog onto the stage during the snow scene. Let's go out here again. This floor that you see, this is called Marley, which is the brand name, but the dancers, it's taped down onto the stage, and this is a dance surface, so when you have your point shoes on and your rosin and all those things. And then you can see that Brooke and Wendy and Mackenzie are getting the presents set, and part of the presents are also to look like it's a Christmas party, but also they hide the bottom of the tree, because in the Nutcracker, the tree magically grows. And depending on your interpretation, you can either think that the tree gets bigger, or that all the characters get smaller and shrink down to the size of toy soldiers. I kind of like that version of it, where Clara and everybody shrink down to the size of toy soldiers. Or you can imagine that the Nutcracker Prince and the mice all get huge to human size. It's either, you can think of it either way you want. And then I guess, I don't know if that's supposed to be me up there, or that's supposed to be Tchaikovsky, or who that's supposed to be, but that's some dude. And then this fireplace, I don't want to give away too much, but there's enough room for a little rat or mouse to come in and to get through that fireplace. Just saying. Oh, this is my couch. I get to sit on the couch at one point for like a half a second. I'm supposed to go to the couch and act like I'm exhausted before I jump up and have my big moment in the show. So let's see, here's the clock. I think this might have a secret trapdoor in it or not, I don't know. And then you see the owl on the top of the clock. That represents Drosselmeyer. And then this staircase the stairs to nowhere. That's where the family comes up and down the stairs. Here's one of our maids. Hi, tell me your name again.
Jillian.
This is Jillian. Look at her. She's all decked out in maid attire, and she will dust people off. How would you dust off, for example, Fritz? See?
Like that.
Really?
Yeah. That's what I do. Dust his face.
All right. Well, lovely. All right. I've seen you in rehearsal. You do a great job.
Thank you.
All right. And then over here, I have to go back to hair and makeup now. This is the magical coach that the Nutcracker Prince and Clara use to exit the snowland and go to the land of the Sugar Plum Fairy. Then the other half of the props are on this side of the stage, depending on where the dancers make their entrance. If you enter from the one side, from stage left, like the Spanish dancers who have the fans, or I think there's the rats and the mice here, or here the actual Nutcracker. Here's the actual Nutcracker, who has to be able to break on command. Look at that. He breaks when you tell him to, and stays together when you tell him to. So he's an important part of the show. Anyhow, this is all good stuff, and everything's got a part and a purpose. That huge dress is Mother Gigon, or Mother Ginger, and that's a funny bit because Mother Ginger comes out, and then she takes a nap, and her children come out from under the skirt. So they usually take one of the younger dancers and put her up in the top, and then all the little youngers come out from underneath. So there's more. There's the run of the show, in case I forget. I mean, I pretty much have my part down pat by now. This is my 10th time doing the Nutcracker, but you'll see. Let's see. Here's me. Grandparents enter. Then we have some dancing, and then we do some business with Drosselmeyer. Grandpa jumps. That's me. Baby dolls, harlequins, dolls, Nutcracker, blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Party parents. Grandma and Butler. Uh-oh, I don't want to give away too much. Grandparents, that's me, and Butler return by grandparents. That's me. I'm on from here to here, from 11 to 30, and then I'm done. And then there's Act 2 with all these other wonderful parts. This is Clara's pajamas. So at some point she has to change, I guess during Act 1, at the end of the party scene, before the battle scene, she changes into her pajamas. And I think you've seen pretty much all the good stuff. This is the dressing rooms and everything, so we'll end it here before we get into that area, because this is all for quick change stuff. So when the ballerinas, they have on like layer upon layer, so they can have, one leotard is the base, and then they just put on the dresses over it, and they can change those right here in front of anybody because you're completely covered. But that's ballet. In fact, one of the most amazing parts to me is you see the nice, calm world out there in the ballet, but back here, you see them running like track athletes to get to the next part where they have to go. Like they'll come dancing off so lovely on this side of the stage, and then they just haul butt around back to get to the other side so they can dance across again. It's actually fascinating to watch. Somebody should make a documentary on that. All right, so Nutcracker in Oak Ridge Civic Ballet Association, orcba.org. Thanks so much for watching the video here on Mountain Fun Life. Like it and share it, and tag your friends, especially if they're in the Nutcracker and they're interested in this kind of behind-the-scenes stuff. I'm Frank Murphy for Mountain Fun Life.